What's up, family? The Party King is in the building, baby. Yes, sir. I am your advocate for brain death awareness, and today I want to talk to you about a word that has been abused over and over again by the medical industry, and that word is burdens. I will open with a quote from Dr. D. Alan Shewmon, Emeritus Professor of Pediatric Neurology at UCLA. He says this right here: brain dead as death began as a utilitarian legislative decree and has remained a conclusion in search of a justification ever since. Now that's deep if you've done any research on brain death. Now the word utilitarian found in the quote is relating to or adhering to the doctrine of utilitarianism, which means doing what's useful for the majority. But here's the question: who the heck is the majority? Because classism and prejudice have always tilted the scale towards those in power. Now, when I read Dr. Heidi Klessig's book, The Brain Death Fallacy, which all of y'all should go read, I saw how this whole idea of brain death started in 1968 with a Harvard committee, out of all people, that said people in irreversible comas should be considered dead. And the very first reason they gave was burden. They said the burden was great on patients, on families, on hospitals, and on those waiting for beds. How sad. Now that right there tells you everything. They wanted to soften our hearts, y'all, by pretending they were lifting up a burden, taking the burden from us. But in truth, they were shifting it from compassion to convenience, from care to commerce, putting money in their pocket through the whole transplantation, the organ transplantation industry, okay? But the word of God says the opposite of everything that they did, okay, and how they stand. Jesus said this right here, or the word of God says this right here in Galatians 6:2. It says, bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. That's Galatians 6:2, okay? Christ's love is love. Christ's law is love, automatically, all the way, hands down. Not profit, guys. It's mercy, not manipulation. Philippians 2:4 says this right here: look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. That means the sick, the injured, and the comatose aren't burdens. They're reminders of our shared humanity, and that includes the traumatic brain injured people, okay? That if you go and look at the statistics, they outnumber all the other areas, okay? And these people are being used and gutted for the purpose of organ transplantation. This has to stop, y'all. And Jesus said in Matthew 25:40, whatever you did for the least of these, you did for me. So if you did not put forth the effort to save their life, to prolong their life, to do what's necessary, to remove that concept talking about burdens and put forth the effort to try to sustain them, then you are operating or have operated out of the will of our creators and the Son of the Creator. Now, family, I'm gonna tell you this: we call a life a burden. Okay, when we do that, y'all, we risk calling the image of God a burden. Jesus bore our burdens, y'all, not to discard us, but to redeem us. So remember this, keep in mind this right here. Brain death is a fallacy, just like Dr. Heidi Klessig stated. It is a fallacy, okay? And Christ said in John 10:10, the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. But I came that you might have life and have it more abundantly. Now, this is the Party King, and I just want to remind you that real love doesn't eliminate the weak. It carries them, and it carries them. It sustains them, you all, okay? Now, I love all of y'all, and I wish you all great life, great strength, great joy, great happiness, okay? All of y'all. And you should strive for everybody else to have the same thing, okay? And the opportunity to live even through their pain, through their injuries, through whatever they might have went through, car accidents, may have went through any poisonings and all kind of different things, infections or whatever might have, and brought them to that place that they're in, comatose or laying in a situation in the hospital bed, okay? Make sure that you put forth the effort in prayer and in deed. And that includes all of y'all, from the legislative personnel down through the hospitals and just us in general as people, okay? Look here, this is the Party King. I love y'all, and y'all know I believe that you guys can do it, okay? I love y'all. Until next time, keep it strong, all right? One with it. Yes, sir.